Money is something we spend most of our lives working for. Some say that it keeps the world going. What about if there was a way to make it using a bucket and some water? Finally, you can stop dreaming about becoming rich and finally achieve the dream. All right, grab your bucket. You're about to become rich. Got it? Okay. As much as people try to convince you, we all know that perpetual motion machines aren't a thing. Some individuals often hope that they will be able to generate free energy and then sell it and become rich. But that's not how life works. You can't just create energy out of nothing. But what if you could take energy and then sell it at a higher price? That's why we need the bucket. You see, the first law of thermodynamics says that energy can't be created or destroyed. It can only change states. Imagine you throw a ball in the air. At the exact moment it leaves your hand, it has maximum kinetic energy and no potential energy. As it goes up, the potential energy increases while the kinetic energy decreases. To help visualize this, we'll use blocks. One block represents a certain amount of energy. Red ones represent kinetic energy, and the green ones represent potential energy. Got it? Okay, great. Let's say we started with 10 red blocks of kinetic energy. As the ball goes up, more and more blocks are becoming green. Somewhere in the middle, it has 5 red blocks and 5 green blocks. As it reaches the top of its journey, it stops for a brief second. Since it isn't moving, that means that it has no kinetic energy, but the potential energy is at its maximum, as represented by all 10 blocks being green. Now, the ball starts to fall back. It's trading potential energy for kinetic energy. As it falls, more and more blocks are becoming red. As before, somewhere around the middle, it has equal potential and kinetic energy. So that means that it has 5 red blocks and 5 green blocks. Just before you catch it, it has no potential energy and maximum kinetic energy. No green blocks, 10 red blocks. We don't really have a good use for potential energy. The energy can be harvested in the form of heat, but that's not something we're interested in, and that's a story for another time. What we want is that sweet kinetic energy. Here's what I need you to do. Take your bucket and fill it with water. Bring it outside so you don't get your room wet. Get another bucket and leave it empty. Place the bucket filled with water on the ground and place the empty bucket above the other bucket. You done? Good. Now, what you need is a water pump. Actually, you know what? Let me just give you a shopping list so that we don't have to wait for you after each step. Buy a water pump, a generator, some water propellers, and some sort of a water valve or a tap. We'll wait, don't worry. Are you back? Good, now we can proceed. So you have one bucket filled with water on the ground and the empty bucket above it. Now take the water pump, set it up in a way that it pumps water from the lower bucket to the upper bucket. Insert the water valve or tap in the upper bucket so you can release the water in the lower bucket. Take the water propeller and attach it to the generator. Place the generator between the lower and the upper bucket. That's all the work done. Now, monitor the electricity prices. In most countries, electricity is cheaper at night. So, turn on the water pump during the night. Wait until the upper bucket is filled, and then go back to sleep. In the morning, the electricity should be more expensive. Open the valve, let the generator spin, and voila, you got power. Now, all you need to do is find someone to buy it. Let's recap. You use power when it's cheap, and you generate and sell power when it's expensive. But now that I think about it, the bucket isn't enough. Maybe if we build a pool. Or what about if we were to make an entire artificial lake and just pump water up and down whenever the prices change? How come nobody thought of this? Oh, wait a minute, they did. They're called accumulation lakes. They have other purposes, but this is one of them too. What the hell? Let's just build our own accumulation lake. There are 3 ways to do it. First one, we dig a hole and fill it with water. That's easy, but it's also boring. Plus, I don't want to dig. I'll be tired and sweaty and have rough hands. Ugh. Lucky for us, there is a second way to do it. We take a dam and flood the area behind it. Now, if you're anything like me, you don't have a dam at your disposal. There is also a third option. We take an abandoned mine and flood it. But I don't have a mine as well. Seems like I'll just have to dig. Thanks for watching. Press like, share, subscribe, and all the other buttons, or help me dig. See you when I'm done. Bye.